Doing one of our favorite things to do, opening up the viewer email bag to see what's on your mind and answer your money questions. Joining us is our money and business expert, Derrick Kinney. Derrick is busy around here, so we're so happy you could still join us.
My pleasure. Thank you, Dia. Good to see you.
So Roxy in Arlington writes, I have 4 credit cards totaling about $12,000. I want to start paying them off as quickly as possible. Do I focus on the biggest balance or the highest interest rate?
Roxy, great question. So many people want to start on the lowest balance to build momentum, but here's what I would tell you. You are cheating yourself if you're not paying off the highest interest rate card first. You work hard for your money. You want to make sure your money works hard for you. Start with the highest interest rate, attack that card. Once the highest card is done, move to the next highest rate. That way you're making your money work as hard for you as you worked for it.
Now, Derrick, Carl from Fort Worth sent us a DM. I know I need to invest more in the stock market, but I'm nervous about losing money. What's the best way to do this?
Well, Carl, you're not alone. A lot of people are nervous right now. It's an election year. The economy is up one day, down the next. What I would suggest you do, before I sold my business, I would tell my clients, put one toe in the water and then gradually ease into the water. Then before you know it, you're fully submersed in the water, but it's one step at a time. In investing, we call that dollar cost averaging, picking a dollar amount and then adding it to the market every single month. That way, one month it may be higher, one month it may be lower, but you're helping average out your risk. And what that does is, if the market were to drop, you don't have all of your eggs in one basket. Have it diversified, but easing the money in can make money for you. But also right now, the market is so strong, you don't want to miss out. It's a great way to be conservative in terms of your approach to making money.
That's great advice there. Suzanne in Plano emails, the number one thing my husband and I argue about is money. I've heard you talk about this before, so what advice do you have for us?
You know, Suzanne, it's probably the number one question I get is, how can I stop arguing with my husband or wife about money? Here's what I would do. This is going to sound counterintuitive, but go to your favorite restaurant, have your favorite beverage, and give yourself permission to ask each other this one question. What is it that I do with money that irritates you the most? And just listen to what your spouse or your partner tells you and let the other person do the same thing. Now you've got it on the table, what you both do that irritates each other, and then ask, what's one thing I could do to make it better to work with money? Now you've got a conversation, not an interrogation. That's the first step, and it's saved many, many marriages, I will tell you that.
Ooh-wee, that's probably, okay, Derrick, okay, we're gonna give it a shot. Michelle in Dallas writes, we want to set up a college fund for our 11-year-old grandchild. How do you suggest we do that? Get it set up?
Well, first of all, great way to think ahead. Here's my concern, though. Many people aren't going to college as often as they used to go to. So if you put everything into an account that's only earmarked for college, it could actually cost you. I call this the education opportunity approach, and that is take about 70% of the money and put it into what's called a brokerage account. That way you have total control of it. So let's say your son or daughter, granddaughter, or grandson down the road, they want to start a business, they want to do some things. You've got flexibility to pull that money and use it for that. Take about 30% of it and put it toward a dedicated college fund. That way you've got money in both areas. But what we find now is, and I'm a big fan of entrepreneurism for younger people, if you can let your grandkids know, look, college is an option, but it's not the only option. It gives them flexibility and it makes you look good because you were the forward-thinking grandparent.
Derrick Kinney, always creative and always with the wisdom and the tips. We so appreciate you.
My pleasure. Thank you, Dia.